Hello, 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 and welcome to the Prosperity Artist Podcast. Today is a super special episode as I'm bringing on one of my muses, my friend. She's been a client of mine as well. And we have lots of people. So we got 29 people right now, people still coming in, joining us. And as you know, this means the world to me because my channel is brand new. So please shout out, tell us where you're from as I introduce the other queen that will be joining us for today. Here we go. Hi.
Hi, babe.
Hey. Hi, Joy. I saw Joy hanging out earlier. Joy from Florida.
Oh, hey, Joy.
Chicago, South Carolina. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for being here live. We'll definitely have some time for questions throughout, if that's okay with you, Queen.
Yes, please.
This one's going to be fun because I'm going to get to call you Amy today because we're working with your birth chart, which, we're going to work with that. Yeah. And we actually have a presentation for today. Today, I'm going to be presenting something called Medicine Map, which is brand new to the world. Oh my gosh, Canada, frigid ass Canada. It is so cold in Texas right now. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being here. So we're going to jump right in if that's okay with you, Herbs.
Go for it, babe.
Okay. So we are here today and we're going to talk about Queen's Perfected Intuition. I love this title. We used it because did you know that you have potentially, or at least the capability of having perfected intuition?
I only know it because I work with Shebala Queen of Lions, who told me. And I'm still unpacking it, babe. I'm like, what? Like, I guess inside I know it's true, but I'm like still learning how to use it.
For 2 years, I have watched you like not plan things or just move around things and land on the exact right astrological timing. And so you were the first person I read for where I was like, oh, this placement literally means perfect intuition. And I've been watching it. And yes, I think we all know that. So
thanks, babe.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
They're so sweet. Y'all are so sweet to me.
Yes. And to me too. And I've been really grateful to have y'all here and to be moving through this. And so we're going to keep on pushing through. But the first question is consent always in every situation. We live moment to moment. Both of us have sacral authority. And so Queen Amy Herbs. Herbs is my nickname for you. We're here. I don't think I can get through this long without calling you that. I'm just like, I'm giving up. I'm claiming it though. It's mine. So, all right, Herbs. 100% yes for today. So are we still yes to go and to move through this reading experience together?
Yes.
Okay, and so we're gonna actually prompt your sacral what level. So level 1 is reading only. Level 2 is reading, and I have permission to tune in energetically. Level 3 is all of the above, plus anything that comes through channel. This is love. So what feels good to you? It doesn't,
You know what? I don't know if we talked about this or I learned this from somewhere else, but I literally say, like when it's the right answer. So for me, it's level 2 today.
Level 2 today. Perfect. And that's what I was like, I'm pretty sure we're at level 2 today. And so we'll keep it there. And if I have any channel messages that come through, I'll share them with you privately after the fact if you want them.
Thank you. Because Grandpa likes to come in.
Grandpa loves to come in, and her grandpa comes as praying mantis.
Yes.
So literally, like every time, like we will do a candle ritual, I'll end up with praying mantis on my window, praying mantis on my doors, and it's always a fun experience because my mom's like, "Why is this praying mantis here? It won't leave." And I'm like, "I gotta go talk to it," and she just like, "It's because I'm working with Herbs today." Okay, so perfect. This is us. So this is you. So meet Amy. So we're going to speak Amy because we're working on your birth chart and you were born as Amy. And so I've just written down a couple like scratch the surface things, especially because we have some people who are not familiar with you yet. So Amy is a badass mystical raptress. I love to say that she does spiritual rap to people because they're always like, what? And I'm like, yes. She is a content queen, literally followed by millions of people. I just want to point that out. I know for you, you've built this community and you talk about like your small community and also millions of people. You are the host of the Herbie House podcast. And you have a beautiful community there. And you lead an intimate community of artists. I really believe that everyone that I have met, and now I have met 100, I've done 100 gift readings with people who specifically came through you. I checked. And in those 100, every single one of y'all was an artist. Herbie House come through.
Let's go.
And you were half of the Carmen duo with your husband. And I've seen your platinum and gold records in your house. I remember walking down it, like right by the bathroom, and I was like, what? Wait. This is so cool. Okay. And you've been on SNL, Good Morning America. You've done international tours. And I had to put this one. You have your own Oracle deck. She hangs out right here. You know, beautiful. If you haven't gotten yours, they are on sale right now.
Yeah.
And you're currently planning your next tour and album. And you are my peace bubble bestie. I love it. Shout out to Nick Sally. I haven't seen her in years. And Nick does tarot. And so get yourself some of these cards. How do we feel about pulling one for this moment?
I think it's fitting because Shebala helped me channel, basically sat down for like 2 hours and just channeled the whole deck. Because she was like, you need to put this out.
I think it took us 4. But we got it done.
We make it sound more glamorous.
That was
we were also just enjoying each other's company.
That was like one of the dream moments in my life. To get a little nerdy, we're in like the gate of fantasy right now. And I keep telling people fantasies are just like one step away from reality. Expect miracles right now. And I remember sitting there singing your songs with you, being like, is this happening? Like this, how is this happening? I love it. Joy is pulling some cards herself. Ooh, Balenciaga.
Ooh, giving fantasy.
Girls and velvet trees. Now, fun fact, this works with your magic. Like the bag says, you are the magic. And so 44, Human Design Gate, is all about teamwork. And we're going to talk about that big time today. And so that's coming up and is super relevant to your medicine map. You're going to see there's like a big bubble that says teamwork on it.
Yeah.
And then I'm allergic to the bullshit.
Oh.
Allergic to the bullshit. But again, Gate 19, all about feeling pressure to meet other people's needs. And again, so on theme. And we'll just do one more.
Mm-hmm.
One more. Thank you, Sarah. Cockiness and that confidence I ooze. Trigger morning, I might trigger you. I think that's the disclaimer. We're just gonna get ready for that.
I feel like we don't even need to do the rest of the stream. Like this is already all the answers that I was looking for.
Also, 41, Gate of Fantasy transit that we're in right now. And so between the three, it's beautiful. Standing in your confidence, letting go of the bullshit, and really claiming your Balenciaga dreams or whatever dreams that you have. You deserve the drops of pearls and velvet trees. And I love that that's so like fantasy world like, because it's whatever you can dream up. She said, we love a trigger alchemist. Thank you for that.
Yes, Lady Trees. Okay, yes.
Oh, I love it. And so let's keep going. Whoop. So what do we have next? Oh, our work together. Okay, Herbs asked me to put this up and talk about the work that we've done together. And so I checked it out. We started working together in 2024. And this is almost everything we've done together. So we have done candle rituals. Our first ever ritual was a manifestation/healing ritual. We graduated to joint manifestation candle rituals. Herbs is one of 2 people I've ever done like joint rituals with. So that was really special for me personally.
And I didn't know anything about candle magic. You basically showed me at depth like what candle magic is. It's so sick.
Yeah, we went real intense. She was like, "Wait, what?"
You like send me these pictures of like the wax and be like, "Do you see a bird?" I'm like, "Yes."
She had no clue what she got into when she started, but you're actually better at finding shapes than me. You're so good at finding. I was like, Herbs, can you look at this? I like some people have there's different ways, but Herbs is really good at finding things in wax. I'm really great at finding things in flame. So there's always a different method. And we have an announcement later about candles. So this is kind of fun. DIY candles. So I have sent you several candles that you've done yourself. That's actually how it all started. And then our first session was a sound and senses remothering journey where it is a session that I learned from my Apache Shichu. So the Apache grandmother who taught me in curandera school. She shared this with me and Herbs went through that. You use your essential oils. We remove the masks that come with being a child and having a mother. So all of us have them so that we can really start our work. And then you did a roar package and we went deep. We did the breathwork journey. We did spiritual surgery. We found some memories from your childhood and those were pretty fun. We had catalyst conversations. We had prompts. We did karma clearing and we had a lot of fun connecting to music and figuring out how to like see colors in music, feel music. We've had many conversations about human design since the beginning, though I've never actually done a traditional reading for you, which is hilarious.
Right.
Like we've got all this, but not a reading.
Just waiting for the right time.
And then we did energy clearing. You did your own space clearing, and that was a big initiation moment. That's what I was like, ooh, she's a medicine.
I sent you, yeah, I was like sending you the picture of the candle, and you were like, oh my God, look.
Yeah, that was her stepping into her medicine woman. I looked at some of our old things. It was like, what percentage of your medicine woman do you feel like is available to you right now? And I was like, I'm at 89%. What are you? Like it was a process and it was really fun. Lots of card readings, many medicine women in residence. So I'll work with people on their company. So that's what I call the Oracle deck work that we did. And then you have many custom bracelets. You got a custom tea blend. We blessed candles together, which we're going to talk about a little later. And now we are doing the medicine map. So it has been a busy, like exciting 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I will say that you're one of the people who's gone deepest. The only people who do that depth with me are my like rebirth clients. And like they've chosen into it. We just kind of naturally flowed into it. And I'm so grateful for your courage.
Thank you.
Yes. You said, what a journey, Queen. And so right now, Celestial Flow is an update that I do. And since y'all are with us, expect miracles, y'all. Today is a Pluto Kazemi. If some of you are diving into your human design, look at your Pluto trait placement. It's an area where you'll have massive transformation. If you can get good with your Pluto placement, it really transforms your life. We'll be talking about Herbs today because hers is all about purpose. And actually we have the same one. So it's really fun. Currently, impossible realities are taking form with AI, with different things that are coming out. Things that you thought were impossible are possible now. And starting the 14th, we're moving into a really intense shift. And it's literally like the world order like is just shifting. So it's a reboot moment. It is called like the Saturn Neptune shift into a 0 point in Aries, once in a lifetime. Saturn and Neptune come together every 35 years. And it's a moment to make dreams real. And right now, um, like not only are they coming together, but they are also having this 0 point in Aries. So it's literally a reboot. It may feel spicy, it may feel all sorts of ways, but if you can tune in, this is the moment to take your risks, to lean in, to be seen. And then your Pluto placement is gate 28. So it's all about taking risks and the gate leader and having courage. It's half of struggle. So we'll be talking about that today. And then this is a really special moment for Amy because your emotions are fully active. And so what that means is your chart is actually fully filled in, which is really rare. And for the next 4 months, you're getting a lot of cues around relationships. So specifically, we're talking about your community and we're talking about your relationship with Nick. And it's been going on for about a month now, maybe a little longer than that. Have you been feeling that in your life?
Absolutely. Something shifting.
So that's one shift. Then for the next 2 years, you have a fully defined chart. So for the next 2 years, because you had the 30, you have the 41 now, you basically have an emotional wave and you have clarity. It takes a minute for the clarity, but you have clarity to what fantasies to focus on.
Love that.
Yeah. And then you have the channel of initiation for the whole next year in Neptune, in spirituality. So this is like, when I looked at these placements, I'm like, man, the setup, you did all of this work to now get to this place where you have extreme clarity available to you. Now it's one that kind of has its emotional moments, and you gotta, the clarity comes after a little bit of a ride. Yeah. But all of this is available to you in the next 2 years. I predict you're going to be building some shit and get real clear about your team, your community, your spirituality at depth if you want to. But I know you. And so I know it. I see it. I see it coming.
I love it so much. I don't know if like everybody else felt this way, but 2025 was kind of like it was a grind. It was challenging and it didn't feel very much clarity driven. So it feels really good to hear that that's coming in now, and shout out to anybody that's going through shit, because babe, eventually it does come back, and wow, I feel great.
And anyone who has gate 30, this applies to you too. So just know, anyone with 51, you're getting the initiation, and yeah.
And you have a thing on your site where they can like get their human design chart.
Yes, you can go pop over to my site and get your human design chart. You can sign up for my wait list for readings as well. I'm throwing up the website, so shebala.com/free human design chart.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right. So speaking of human design chart, let's look at yours for a hot second. This is Amy's human design chart.
She's sexy. Except for the head being disconnected from the body.
No, that's sexy too. We'll talk about why. And when you're with me, it's connected. So we're good.
Yeah, great.
How about that? And so 2-4, manifesting generator, she does have a split, which gives us really cool music, because we can get amazing up here lyrics, like flow, like, and then also the body. And when I find that when you merge those two, it's fantastic, personally. And then these are her channels. So Herbs has a lot of channels. 6124, channel of awareness, 2750, 3313, 2057, 2644, 2838. Don't worry, you won't need to know any of these for medicine map because we've taken out all the numbers. But essentially, you have, I think about channels as superpowers. You have 6 superpowers to tune into and maximize.
Love that.
And also all of these superpowers to navigate. And so there is a part of you that is thinking and that's really thinking and literally trying to solve the problems of the universe. And then there's a part
Yes.
that is massively empathetic
Mhm.
and is a great listener and is almost like a secret keeper for people. But then you need space and retreat to process and receive. There's a part of you that's massively present and can tune into your intuition, that 2057. There's a part of you that's an amazing transmitter. You've got a message and you get to deliver it. We've all witnessed that, 2644. And then there's like a whole nurturing presence in you, 5027. Dare I say mom? And then
Mother.
mother. And then we've got the 2838, which is what we call channel of struggle. We'll reframe that later. We'll talk about it in a little bit different ways. And then that is this balance between fighting, but also letting go and taking risks. So that is your human design chart. That's the depth we'll go in the human design chart, because today we're going to be talking medicine map. So what is a medicine map? Medicine map uses your human design placements to map the medicine you deliver to the world and the journey it takes you on in your lifetime. When you first see your medicine map, there may be placements where you don't automatically are like, I have that. And if you feel that way, it's probably because you're in the funky version of it and you're learning that part, right? The focus is on your strengths. I have found that when people try to fix their weaknesses, we just end up as like little mediocre lumps, very well rounded, but not necessarily at our peak potential. And so for me, it's like, how do I look at a chart and focus on strengths? And what I wanted to create is what I see when I look at a chart, because I'm not seeing a lot of the parts of the chart. I'm seeing a bag of strengths that you get to maximize, you know?
Which is great, because human design does get really overwhelming, and I feel like sometimes hard to understand.
That part too, because all with the numbers, sometimes it almost feels gatekeepy for me. And then I'm mildly dyslexic, so depending on what's going on, that can just be a lot.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I see the chart, I see medicine. And when you embrace your medicine, that chart almost becomes like your prosperity palette. It's the paints that you paint with in the world. Oh, hi, Leo.
Are your animals coming in right now too? I need to let my dog in. I will be literally right back in 2 seconds. Oh, hey, Leo.
Everyone, this is Leo, y'all. Leo comes in. Sometimes Leo pulls crystals. Some of y'all have met him. And so to wrap up, medicine map is my bias. And so I do want to call this out. I am biased towards abundance. I am biased towards believing that honing your strength is like the direct path to growth. And I'm also biased towards connection and community. When most people teach human design, we teach it from a framework of like individual growth and individual up-leveling. I really believe some of like the biggest parts of human design are how people connect and merge together. And so for me, the first step is understanding your medicine map. And then I think of your medicine and your skills as the paints that you go out in the world with. And so yeah. I love all the kitty talk in the chat.
Oh yeah, kitties. And my puppy came in exact same time. She was like, Luna, come say hi to your friend Shebala. I know.
I love Luna. Luna's always here for our sessions.
She is. When we were doing like the spiritual surgery, she was like staring into the webcam.
She was.
The whole time.
She was like, what are you doing to my mom? What are you doing to my mom? And so my medicine is love. And this is a map of your love, how you give it, how you receive it, who attracts it, and how it may feel as others flow through it. So we're really going to talk about the medicine today, what's in your chart,
Mhm.
the flow you move through in your life and the journey you take people on. And this is what I was saying. For me, this is like embracing your power, embracing your path, but always trust your own guidance.
Yeah.
All of these systems are not actually you, they are a part of you or your potential, but they don't include everything that is you, and they don't account for who you live with, who you're around, your conditioning, how you were raised, and all of those things come in. And so I do not like anyone taking any system and using that to label or reduce themselves. And so if you find that the system is not empowering,
Mm.
I'm of the version of like, just leave that part alone for now. And if it's relevant, it will emerge later.
Yeah, true. Sometimes you just wait. Yeah.
And the other piece about like focusing on our strengths, as I light a little candle over here, is that sometimes we get so in the weeds of trying to clean up what we perceive as weaknesses that we're working on something too soon.
Mm.
What I have found in my life and the life of my clients is the universe will present the shadows you're meant to work on when it's time. It will come up to come out at the appropriate time. And you can get in this really intense loop of trying to correct things that don't need to be corrected yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't move in the same way.
Mm.
And so with that, let's take a peek at your original medicine map. This is your medicine map. This is a like channeled system, and I literally will get into a channel, draw a map, write all over the page, get all the details. And I remember when this first came out, and I was like, "Herbs, look at this! This is your map." and so we have a digital version of it today that we will be looking through. But I also want to bring this to the table. We'll come back to these at the end, see if you got your questions answered. I did sit and channel, and I have more deeper answers as well. But your two questions are, when is my epic realization of purpose?
Mm-hmm.
And if I could focus on my highest timeline, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
And what I have a question of is, what does purpose mean to you? And also for everyone in the chat, what does purpose mean to y'all?
Mm-hmm.
What does purpose mean to you?
Yeah, I think for me it was like, how do I get what my purpose would be, my soul doing everything that she wanted to do this time. So it'd be like my highest timeline, right? Because they say you can make decisions to put you on different timelines, and living in your purpose would be like doing the best thing for your soul development.
Do you have an idea of how you think that might feel? The best thing for yourself?
I think it would feel exhilarating, but grounded.
And do you have any doubt that do you think you're already on that path?
Yes.
Okay. But does it feel exhilarating and grounded right now?
Not 100% of the time.
Okay. Let's look. All right. So sovereignty.
Nice.
Learning my purpose is not my job or what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Celeste.
That's cool.
Yes. My purpose is living fully expressed.
Love that.
That one was for me a while a big thing. Like living fully expressed. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Moment where it was like, can I wake up every day and do only things I want to do?
That. Ooh, I got goosebumps.
That's what I've worked on now. I'm like, do I want to do this? Yes. Do I not want to do
the audacity?
It has been fun. It's quite interesting when you get into that world. Especially with other humans. So that's been the part that I've been working on.
It feels like a privilege too. It feels like a privilege.
I don't know. It is a privilege. And yet for me, it doesn't feel like a privilege anymore. It literally feels like a birthright.
Yeah.
But I also work very hard for it. I was like,
Yeah.
I worked 8 years for this to just get to this place. And, yeah, it feels really good now. Just to be real. All right, let's jump in. So this is your medicine map, and also this is the first medicine map that I've ever shown publicly. So big moment, big moment. And so this is almost your medicine map. This is like the first stage, and we'll jump in. But I did want to leave some of the like human design slash gene keys language up here so that we can know where we're kind of going. At the core, we focus on your superpowers. It's really cool. And we focus on your channels. Those are related to your channels in human line design. And it's really cool for me to say that because when we look at the chart, there's so much going on. But I can really say from working with some of the top people in human design, you can give a badass reading that gives someone so much clarity if all you do is focus on the channels.
Mm-hmm.
And you can completely change your life just by like picking a channel and honing it. And I love the channels and the incarnation cross. When I know the channels and the incarnation cross, it comes together. So the focus on this part is the channel, because that's really the medicine. And then incarnation cross for me is like flavor of the medicine. It comes later with like prosperity palette work. But these are your channels. We're going to look at the words that are associated with them, and they have a flow to them. And you'll get to validate for me whether or not you've seen this flow in your life. Okay? And so looking back at this, you can jump in any place of the flow, but we're going to start here. So it says persevering truth. This channel is actually your channel of struggle. I've renamed it persevering truth. Part of that is because you are trying to get to a truth. And the tricky part of number 8 is you have this desire for individual freedom, but then there's like a whole world. And you're managing that, and you're managing fighting, but then there's another version, which is also like taking risks and potentially like letting go and taking risks. At the highest, these are the human design words, and we'll spend a little time on this and we'll get to kind of the next level. They talk about it as totality and immortality and perseverance and honor. And what I love about this is when we are truly in our purpose, because immortality is one I've sat with a lot, we have so much impact that we almost become immortal. There is a reality that I sing your songs, and my kids will probably sing your songs, and those songs will endure. And so there is a part of you that's already achieved level of immortality. How does that feel to hear that?
It's heavy. You know, I think a lot about legacy and why am I here and what am I leaving behind? And that was one of the real struggles that I had in 2025 was like, I just finished the tour and I got to see all my babes and I was fulfilled. Like I felt like I got my flowers, and then I was like, oh no, what now? Which is a really special feeling, but it's also hard to find resources like, hey, what happens when I'm like fulfilled?
What was the, oh no, what now? Like why was there a part of you that couldn't just be like, I'm just going to keep being fulfilled?
Right.
And more fulfilled.
Right. I think the old, the old me was like, find something else to do.
So the channel of struggle, and certainly gate 28, comes with the fear of not being in your purpose and of never achieving the full depth of your purpose. I had like years of being like, please give me a purpose. I was very dramatic about it. I mean, literally as a kid, I was like, I don't know, maybe I need to get I literally said these and I'm like, please God, never make these prayers happen, because I would be like, I need cancer or something so I can fully appreciate life. No, I swear, I've had moments. I was literally like, give me a disease or something, because I need to appreciate this life I have. And it wasn't there. And I would do like the Ikigai and the this and that and be like, okay, I think it's approximately this. But what was wild is I was in my purpose. I was already serving, helping women, helping people launch businesses. I was doing exactly what I do now, just not woo. Like,
Right.
and it took my husband to be like, because I changed my name, a lot of things happen, and he's like, so I hope you don't take offense to this, but you've been doing the same thing for the last like decade. He's like, I know you think it's different. You got a whole name. There's like candles now, but he's like, it's literally the same.
Oh my God. So true. I literally had to tell my husband, I was like, cool, I'm retiring, but like just so that we could take the pressure off of the old way of doing things and realize, like you said, you're doing the same, it's same shit, new toilet. you're like, okay, but now I'm this. And I don't know, maybe it's just a way for our brains to understand, like, here's a fresh new approach.
Sometimes it's that. And I mean, it depends. Like some of these models, so what human design would say is you're here to push all the limits and try all the boundaries and test all the permutations.
Yeah.
And I have a chart that repeats. Like I'm reborn and I'm dying, I'm reborn. But beyond that, like literally sometimes, but beyond that, for me, I think there's a really interesting thing where somehow people convinced us, and somebody up here, we said I might trigger you. Somehow people have convinced us that like it's bad to repeat cycles and we're meant to end cycles. My entire life is about cycles. And so I go through one cycle and then I go through it again, but with more nuance. And I relate myself to plants all the time. It's trees growing rings, more rings, wisdom at different levels, higher nuance levels, right? And so I don't know, like this idea that we're not going to repeat things for me seems really silly, but I'm especially because thank you, Rebecca, like nature is cyclical.
Yeah.
Literally. So why wouldn't I be? And how have I made that bad and called that suffering?
Yeah.
When I'm just like pretty much everything else in nature.
Yeah. That's so true.
Okay. So we'll jump in. So we're here, we're moving through this idea. We'll look at like the human design term of struggle or figuring out your truth and trying to persevere as you move through fighting for that in different ways. And then we get into transformational inner truth. So this is your 6124. It's this idea that you can really start getting silent. And in that silence and in like there's a mental process, but then there's just realizations come through. And at some point in time, there's like when you're at the highest level, you really can get to silence instead of it just being all the noise and that really intense channel up top.
You know how sometimes I text you, I'm like, I'm in my hermit cave this week. You're like, all right, see you soon.
Exactly.
That's that part. Yeah.
That's
I
part.
was so crazy when I was like, I'm a hermit. I was like, no way, that's not me. And then eventually, this is another example from you from the beginning where you said, just wait, you might get it eventually. Babes, I'm such a hermit.
Such a hermit. Such a hermit.
And it's just like you sit in silence and like everything comes to you.
And for you, it's so interesting because you're both. You're like out there. And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so it's that balance and like moving through it. And this is the moment where you're getting these mental downloads, you're getting clarity at different pieces and parts that are just coming in. And it's not coming in because you're thinking about an answer. It's coming in because literally you're pausing and waiting for divine timing. As I'm pausing, you had a visceral reaction.
When I was like, it was, yeah, when I was like, time to be the flower, not the bumblebee, I was like, all right,
Remember that line?
just wait.
Okay, so then we get to 5720, which I'm now calling clairaudient presence. So that 57, the one we were talking about, your super special intuition, it also gives you at the highest level, like insane clarity and the potential for clairaudience. And we
Mm.
know, we know that there is a connection to you and sound. So we'll go into that more later. But it's really getting to self assurance and presence. And that's both presence in the moment, but also like a physical presence. And you have it. I remember meeting you for the first time, and we've talked about this. I fangirled and I was like, what am I doing? This is very strange. Because I'm typically not the fangirl. And I was like, ooh, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something. And I could feel your presence
Mm.
and you really being in her and in that. And people will feel that presence.
Mm.
Then you will also be able to pick up on different frequencies, tones, things like that. And through that, you'll get some guidance. Now, that's
Mm.
further amplified by another placement you have, which is gate 13,
Mm.
which is basically like very special hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hearing that can empathize with people on a deep, 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 deep level.
Mm.
And
I think
so,
this is why tour is so magical for me, because I feel like that's my time to just be with my babes, and it feels very like ooh, magical.
are you going to be doing more VIP sessions on this tour?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Okay. 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 I love it. I will just say shout out to VIP sessions. Like if you can, just go. Go. It was worth it. I drove through a hurricane. Remember?
There
I
was a
did.
tornado warning going off when we met. They were like
You're a
moving us to the storm shelter. Like our photo was like in the storm shelter.
I drove through a tropical storm. I mean, I
Out
didn't,
to Houston. Yeah.
but yeah, anyone who was in Houston, you remember that. And so that's where we get to the transmuting empathy. So it's this massive depth of empathy. When you get to it at the highest level, it's pretty gnarly. It can literally feel like all the walls dropping off and you're like in another human.
Mm.
Um, have you felt that before? Because
Yeah, so I think I'm starting to understand that my codependent habits are kind of related to that. Like I feel all the molecules in my body want to jump out and help everyone all the time. And that is something I've gotten to learn, like, oh, how do I notice when this is me getting in the way of somebody else's should
growth.
yes, because I love to listen and I love to connect with people with empathy.
So that one's tricky because it's a merger probably because you've got 19 and like it's literally your son, like your unconscious son. It's very high placement and it has a pressure to meet other
Yes.
people's needs.
Yes. People
And
pleaser vibes.
then you have it's people lover vibes.
Much better way to say it.
No, because I think the tricky part for me is you take people who have charts. Like my chart literally is a 3-5. Like the 5 is all about problem solving for other people. You've got gate 19 like on high, and you're literally born to be a giver.
Yeah,
And then you say people pleasing is bad, don't do it.
I know.
So how? And the reality is it's less about changing yourself and more about cultivating relationships with people that are also considerate.
Mm-hmm.
It's about figuring out your right distance
Mm-hmm.
from the people who are not.
Mm-hmm.
And then also being able to catch yourself when you're like, "Ooh, I'm doing it," when you are going deeper. And Josie has something up here, healthy boundaries. You know me and my word about boundaries. Boundaries are interesting. That word for me is a war-based word. I need boundaries. I need protection. Like, let me create a thing. And we're really talking semantics here, but this is a very important semantic for me. If we're going to use the word boundaries, the best boundary is self love.
Mm.
When you have self love, boundaries start becoming unnecessary because self love on high becomes the boundary. So, for example, most people would say, absolutely don't give away your services for free. My readings are $1,111 an hour, but I still do free gift readings. And people be like, you need boundaries. How are you going to do that? And I'm like, I can do them, but I can do them at certain time periods when I'm free in a limited quantity, as long as people sign up in advance and are willing to wait. And that sounds gnarly, but that's what it is. It's like, okay, I actually have space on my schedule. I can make it. Can you wait? And 100 people have literally like shown me that they can wait 2, 3 months. And I do 9 gift services a year. But when I was in boundaries mode, I was like, okay, just cut that off, set that boundary so that you don't have the issues. And so again, like, we're really talking about semantics, and so many people are executing what they're calling boundaries in like really good ways. But I do want to highlight that because there's also a chunk of people who get into, I need to protect my peace. I need to do this. And it becomes a fear-based way of acting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. That's such a subtle difference.
Yeah. And again, y'all can keep your boundaries. And also,
Wait
and
for the right timing when this, yeah.
just pay attention to see if you're getting into protectionism,
Yeah.
or if you're creating a boundary because you don't want to say no. A lot of people are using boundaries as avoidance tools.
Yeah.
And so I bring that up, especially anyone who has like 19 and an open emotional center, like Queen. So you have 19 and open emotional center. So does my husband, and so does my mom.
Dude,
And
saying no, learning to say no for me was like, it felt like someone was ripping my teeth out.
yes, and that's how they feel. And so we talk about this all time in family meetings because they're part of this, you know, they have the same challenge because the open emotional center, which you don't have right now because of the transit, wants to avoid. And so it's like, okay, I'm just gonna avoid by creating a boundary instead of actually dealing with the thing.
Yeah, saying no, thank you.
Yeah. And dealing with what's gonna happen with, you know, with that when you do it. So then transmuting empathy. So this is the empathy. So this empathy is like, I hear you, I listen to you, I listen to you at a depth where that can, just that listening at that depth and the reflections I give you can transmute your pain.
Nice.
And at the highest level, if you read Gene Key's Richard Rudd, when he talks about it, he talks about literally being in the person. The reason I asked if you felt this is because there was a day you told me, you were like, I feel like we are like the same. Like there was a, and you said it, and I was like, huh, it's interesting to say that. And then, and then I had with Daniel. Daniel has the highest version of this, and I swear I was like sitting on the toilet. It's always the toilet with Daniel because he's always clearing something, and the walls drop out, and I'm like in Daniel and in his memory, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm seeing this, and he's like, oh, you're in my 7-year-old boy right now, and I was like, okay, so this is how. And I want to give you that, like that's how deep it gets. Where when you owned it, you can literally be like transported into a memory with someone and be there with them. If that ever happens, don't freak out because it's just a gift that you have.
Cool.
Now you're keeping all these secrets. You probably have people who tell you a lot of secrets. And at some point in time, you need space. And the other side of that is going and clearing that. But then in that space, you have your own realization, some from your own stories and some from the stories of other people. Does that sound right?
Yes, and I think this gift ends up in my music.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. Everybody who ever told me a secret, thanks.
Yes. And we have some beautiful people sharing some things. Seems like there are some milestones in the chat, folks leaving relationships, etc. Uh, know that this may be your Pluto moment.
Yeah.
And congratulations. Congratulations. And so, like you said, it goes into your music. So it shifts like your nurturing values. This is your 2750. It's your half of that is your nurturer. So altruism, selflessness. The other half of you, it is the part of you that wants to fix, and I'm going to use funky language here, just because it's really descriptive, corruption in the genetic line. So what's coming to me is your card that's like, it may have started in my family, but it ends with
until it ran into me. Yeah.
into me. There we go. I was like, I'm messing this up today. But I see it. I'm like, that is a big part. And so you're like, I'm clearing this, but you're not just clearing it for you, it's also for other people. And so then what comes from that is what we call graceful collaborations. So this is what we may still be moving through and working on, is how to have these collaborations where you are both giving other people grace and grace too at the same time. And really finding teamwork and what we call synarchy. So not hierarchy, but many leaders all working together. Okay. And so that is your medicine map. And so when we look at it, that's like the core of it. This is what it comes into. And so now the next layer is these are the things you're painting with. And then from there, we've got the water that spreads the paint.
Nice.
They're the gates into human design for anyone who's trying to like be like, where did this come from? It may have ran into my family and so okay, I love it. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, and so let's move through it again. So you are really trying to get to what is truth for yourself, sometimes struggling with it, sometimes fighting with it. From there, you have a moment of revelation that comes from inner truth, knowing. And from that, you can transform things and innovate things. And that's kind of where you're essentially receiving, but you're receiving from yourself and from divine. Then you have clairaudient presence. This is where you're receiving potentially from music, actually, and from art, but also from others. But these are the versions where you're like really listening, really present with someone who's a wisdom source, and you're kind of getting a lot. Then you've got the other version where you're receiving again, but this receiving is you're listening, you're being empathetic. A lot is potentially flowing through you. You have this clearing empathy. I did not realize how at the beginning of our friendship, we were both moving through like old friend stuff. How like there were moments where I like bumped into my old friend. I was like, oh God, that same moment. And I was talking to you about him, and I didn't realize like how much I was telling you and how much that was clearing, you know?
Love that.
And so that's kind of transmuting things. And then from there, that's adjusting your own values, but also the values of the people who are receiving from you. And then from there, you're learning how to collaborate with people, how to build teams. And then you do it again, because then you realize, okay, there's something here that gets to be worked on. And then you
wow.
Does that sound like your life?
Yes. And I think it's so magical that the collaboration bit is at the end of the cycle and then it starts over again, because that's been so true for me my whole career. It's like I have a new team and a new vision like every couple years, and I'm like, okay, but now it's finally starting to build on itself rather than like start over and there was a bunch of stuff to work out.
Yes, and there are some more tips in this, and so there's more coming as we move through this. we're gonna now add some skills that you have. Some of them may feel like it right now, and some of them you may be moving through the funky versions of them and learning them. Okay.
Definitely.
Tune in. It is beautiful. Thank you. She's beautiful, right, Amy? Oh,
Thank
and
you.
so I would love anyone who is reading this, right? Because we're talking about how folks move through. So this is your path, but it's also what people move through with you. And I
Mhm.
wonder, I have a little slide that you haven't seen yet.
I'm
And
just
I,
thinking of all the babes that have been with me through every transformation.
yeah. So let's talk
Crazy.
about our work together. And this is a different side. This is the work that you did with me.
Mm.
And so Amy doesn't remember this, but I reached out to her a long time ago. When 5G came out, we exchanged things and then she didn't respond.
Good.
And then she reached out to me years later when she saw a dance. But in between that time, I actually bought, I looked it up in 2022 from your book list. I bought Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. It was a really yummy breadcrumb. And I think I actually brought like a couple other books on there. And this book came back in a really important way later, both in a little bit in my healing journey, but in my integration journey after ayahuasca. This book, because I tuned into Eckhart, I was part of his community, and that literally like saved me. And it's just so interesting because that came from you just, tuning in and sharing.
That's really cool.
But when I look at our time together in the last 2 years, you met me with curiosity.
Mhm.
You helped me heal through a deep wound with my ex bestie and a fear of making new friends. You pulled me out of my hermit cave, and I am not a hermit. And so it was weird that I was in a hermit cave to begin with, because I really am not. We are both Leo risings, and I have not been rising for a while. You gave me a ritual buddy. You
Mhm.
introduced your audience.
Mhm.
Helped me see my art. You're the first person who called my candles art, and they really are art. And you had the courage to fully like help me fully step into my art, my music. You kept telling me like, it's easy, Shebala. You can do it, Shebala. Da, da, da. Like, like you were like, it's not a big deal. And I would just sit there and be like, what is this woman talking about?
We need your art.
You held space for me. You listened to a lot. I moved through a caregiving journey during this time. So I was taking care of my mama for 2 years.
Yeah.
Um, you also held space for me as I was dealing with like being in different communities and being ousted for not following rules on my medicine woman path, like using a drum in my curandera session. And you were my friend, my client, my muse, and like one human that had it all. And I only had capacity for one human because I literally took my mom to like 200 appointments in a year. And you were my human. And you helped me get comfortable with being seen, being judged, being loved, and just really helping me understand like that I had no need to try to earn love, earn trust, or earn friendship. Like you did that. And you received my expressions and my love and my gifts. And like, I'm a very generous human. But you
Very.
received, and I just needed to be received.
Yeah.
And you reminded me of my business badassery. And so let's go back to this. I was struggling.
Mm.
Ooh, it's gonna get emotional. So I was really struggling. And what's funny is I was actually struggling first with my transformation into Shebala long time ago. And I remember sitting and listening to 5D in the car over and over again, trying to get the lyrics right and trying to rap as fast as you and crying. And it was a week where earlier in the week I had called the suicide hotline as that first time calling. I was like, it's cool that people have this, but I was like, this is not for me. And then instead, I just sat there and like listened to your song. just knowing that like I was going through something and believing like I was like, okay. And I was like, she's like me. Like she's probably my same incarnation cross. But I was really struggling with how to take risks in my life, jump into this major transition, but also like, manage all the things. And then through listening to your songs, I found a reflection and heard my own inner truth. And then we met and I felt your presence. See, the thing is, it wasn't just that you saw me. And it wasn't like see me, aw, see me. You saw me, but you like pursued me afterwards. Like you were like, yo, and you sent me a message. And you sent me a message on the same day of your concert. I was like, this woman is sending me messages right now? The fuck? And you saw me in line. You were like, Shebala! And I was like, oh my God. She's really actually here and present, and she heard me. And then you listened to me. And you listen to everything. You listen to the wisdom. You listen to the friend drama. Obviously, there was an exchange in this, but you were there showing up. And through that, you fixed the corruption in me. You were like, fuck is this shit? No, you don't need to earn love. You don't need to deal with people who don't see you. And you didn't actually have to do anything. You were just you. But I'm like sitting here like, okay, wait. So this person whose music I've been listening to, who I've met for all of, I don't know, like a couple months, and who's busy AF, has shit to do. Like I understand you were in your hermit mode, but you had things to do. She's here. And she doesn't need the Cliff Notes version of me. So why have I been giving the reduced Cliff Notes version of me to the world? What am I doing? There were so many moments where I was like literally comparing, and I was like, I'm sorry. Queen in DMs, who I'm still getting to know, is showing up more than human I've known for like a decade. Fuck, nah, not doing it anymore. And though I was like clearly also nurturing on the other side, it was a beautiful exchange. And mine was a lot more like, let's do this thing together. Let's do this thing together. I'm still trying to invite her, y'all, to travel with me. So, trying to get her to come to Mexico, but that's okay. But we've only actually met once in person. I would like to highlight that. It's kind of, no, I lied. Twice. Three times. Twice when you came to Austin, and once when I came to Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah. But 2 times for work. You were there for work. I'm like one real time where I was like friend time. Though they all count. But my point is, all of this was like Zoom, digital, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is so much more. And I'll just leave it at more. Because this person knows how to show up and listen and receive. And I can be in my full expression. And so then from there, we're now here and we are collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, though, you didn't intend to do any of this, did you?
No, and to be fair, all those nice things that you said, like I was receiving pretty much all the same things back, which is why I was like, oh, I have a friend. This is exciting. I have a friend also healing from like an ex-bestie situation, also going through a hermit period. Like we connected at the perfect time. And then it was just so fun to go deep with you because I don't have that many friends who are down to talk about super esoteric, witchy, like we go deep. We're like, but what about aliens? What, you know, like we.
I was like, so are you a starseed? Like,
Do you really believe in reincarnation or not? Like, and you, oh my God, the way that you reflected back to me my art too, because all my babes inspire me and reflect back to me my art. And you would reflect back like how that process was working. So you kind of gave me so much context. Doing the Oracle deck with you that day was, I didn't even listen to my music for like years. I hadn't even sat and listened to my own music. And you were like, oh my God, in this part, when you say this, I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that. Like, it was magical. So,
that was fun.
Yeah.
And so, but this was what's cool. How many people in the chat have felt like they've received these things and some of these things from Herbs without her being present and just literally in her music? You know, how many people feel nurtured? How many people feel like they found parts of their truth? How many people feel like, oh my God, I can be present to myself? How many people are negotiating their collaborations in better ways? And I'll let the chat say things, but I really believe this is happening, whether you like it or not, in many different ways. And reasons I say like it or not, because some people may be like my initial version of me, which is like, yo, I see you so much. And you're just like, you don't even know me. But this is happening.
That's pretty magical. And it is so helpful to see it like the way that you made this medicine map. I'm like, oh, this is just hitting. It really helps. It really helps put everything into context. And I can see this landing even more over the coming months, like you were saying, with all the good juju that's coming our way.
Yeah. So as we move through this, right, there are certain things in your chart that help you move through other places. So essentially all of these water droplets, they both connect to other people. And I want to take a moment, right? And let's just receive some of this, right? I bawled my eyes out to that bitch because I felt like I believed it for the first time. Let's go.
That's fucking sick. I love you.
Amy is a breath of fresh air. She radiates positivity and it's such an inspiration.
Babes. Thank you, Ashley. It's an honor to be in y'all's orbit. I'm just saying.
She was the soundtrack of my awakening.
Babe.
No.
It's an honor, truly.
Just because, you know, when 5D came out, I listened to it nonstop until I knew every word. Me too. Me too. Me too.
Could you tell I was so excited about that song because I made that crazy ass music video?
I did. I remember when I saw the music video, I was like, wait, huh?
What are you doing?
And I was like,
chaotic. Yes.
Cool. She said that meeting you changed her life. I literally
loved meeting you, babe.
New Bitch was the song that opened my eyes to
New Bitch. Let's go. Now she picks and chooses.
And then she spoke to my soul.
A queen spree. I'm obsessed.
Mm-hmm. I've definitely had a queen spree. I was like shocked because we like pulled up 100 songs and I was like, I know them all.
Yes. We were like, we could do a what is it called? Like a refill pack for the Oracle deck. There's only 50 some cards. I'm like, we got another 50 to go.
Okay, so one more layer of this, one more round of this. So a couple things. As you're working on preserving truth, freedom meets oneness. So there is a part of you that's trying to figure out individual freedom. And yet we are all one. And so understanding, like moving through that, just being like, okay, how does, and the theme that comes up for you, just the whole chart, is balance and nurturing others. but then nurturing self. So the balance between nurturing others and nurturing self.
Nice.
Like for me, that comes up quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so courage and risk, having
Mm-hmm.
courage to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes risks that don't make material sense,
Hmm.
where it's like, actually, I should just take the hit because it's better to take the hit than fight
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that's only going to last this long and the fight, it's going to zap me.
Mm.
So, how you get from preserving truth to transformative inner truth, and this is also how you help people. So, all these water droplets are the gates in human design, and they're going to connect to other people's water droplets and they're going to spread your paint out into the world. So, there is a part two of this where we talk deeply about how that all works. We'll see if we actually do it live, but know that this kind of then becomes a map of how you take all these colors out and paint the world. Some people only literally have one channel, and that can be massive clarity too.
Sure. Wow, that would be great, actually. So simple.
Some people have no channels, and then they're essentially painting with other people's paints all the time. So that's pretty wild. So
I need to hire them. I need to hire them immediately.
my reflectors. I have a photographer for you. My photographer is a reflector. I could connect you. He's really cool. Right angle cross of refinement. Just really, really intense creative eye. You dig him. One day I will introduce you to Monjo. So attentiveness and resilience. So the attentiveness is important because there's part of you that can sometimes rush and like miss a critical detail.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've experienced that before.
It's so weird. I do it all the time, and the only thing I want in the world is to feel grounded and like I've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. But there are moments where I literally just am like, it's usually anger involved. Frustration
Or anger, which makes sense. You're a manifesting generator. And so that's typically, if we're getting anger, frustration, it's because there's something we haven't been saying.
Mm-hmm. And you taught me to slow down and wait with the sacral. And I was like, oh shit, that was a big unlock for my process.
So that piece of like slowing down, making sure you're attentive, and then we do our best until we do better.
Yeah.
And just chilling out. And the other thing that gets through is your resilience. You're navigating all these things, and then you have that resilience that gets you to this transformative inner truth that we've talked about. And what you're doing there is you're evolving things mentally. Your mental frameworks are changing. And then you're also remembering. And the reason I put remembering is because I really believe all these things are inside of us. And you're remembering inner truths and wisdoms that come from all the fun things, right? I said divine earlier, but there's all this wisdom in you, and in your, depending on what you want to call it, whether you believe in past lives, whether you believe in genetic code, it's stored memories that you can access, and that's what's happening here. So from there, you have two versions of joy. One I call thrilling joy, and one I call spontaneous joy, and we could swap them around. But there's this joy that permeates, and you like to have fun, you know?
Yes. I tried to run from it for a while, and I was like, what am I doing?
No. And you like to have fun, and you also like to have spicy fun.
Yes.
So there's spontaneous fun, there's spicy fun. Now, I don't know how much you're tuning into the spontaneous fun, because there's more spontaneous fun that you can have in community. We'll get there, but you have your own fun. And so from your own fun, then we get into that clairaudient presence. And there is helpful sincerity. So this is the gate of doubt, and this is specifically Queen's version of the gate of doubt. The ability to really like poke, ask the questions, but then be helpful, and to do it in an honest and sincere way.
Yeah.
Do it that way, it leads to the first level of teamwork. And that's the teamwork that gets tied to empathy, and then sometimes maybe gets messy. And that's why it says be generous and let go. Because there's a generosity, but there's also a letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about these little parts in green. I know it's small for some of y'all, so I have a little guidance pieces interspersed. So be generous and let go.
That's great. Oh, little green ones are the advice.
It's the
Cute.
advice. It's sometimes the it's
Things I
most.
should get tattoos of.
Let's not do tattoos. I mean, maybe, but I like to get more interesting with tattoos if we're going tattoos.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll rephrase them. And then this is where we get into that big nurturing values piece. And so there's more things in here. So there's spontaneous joy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part where you get to, I think, even enhance your receiving. So the same way you received with me, can you receive with everyone like that, especially close to you? Can you
Yeah.
in your close bubble and receive at that level and follow the joy and the stimulation that that brings, even if that takes you away from work, your or purpose in the way you've defined it.
Yeah. No, me and Nick have been working on this lately. He's like, I want to have more fun with you. And I'm like, yeah, what happened to me having fun? Like, what kind of fun was that? And you're just pointing out there's different kinds of fun to be had. Fun is a replacement for joy in your chart. But
100%.
yeah, so spontaneous. Okay, my fear here, I'll just bring something up because it's coming in. Spontaneous joy scares me because I'm worried that I won't get the work done, or responsibility feels like pressure.
And that's where you get to redefine work. There is this really cool song I just found, and I cannot remember it for the life of me. Like her name, unfortunately, she's amazing though. It's called Passion Play, in case anyone knows it. And I love that because it's like, what if? So if what is the purpose? Why do you want to do your work? So that you can be in your purpose?
Right.
Okay. So if you're in your purpose all the time, then what if this play and this spontaneous joy is your purpose?
Right.
And coming back to that, what if we can get to a place where you're just fulfilled all the time, playing all the time, and enjoying yourself all the time?
That's literally what Nick said. He's like, what if it could be that? Like, shouldn't we try that?
And Nick is someone to listen to, because that is possible for you. Like, you are someone, and I believe everyone has this, is just they can just play.
Yeah. And that inner child work that we did was like, I remember after one of our, where you took me down the hallways and the golden bowl, I literally came out of that feeling like a child. I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yes. And then you had your whole like Amy moment. You were talking about sunflowers and like it was cute. And play. So I have, for my retreats, we go through play. So presence, let go, align you. Presence, let go, align you. And that being like how you get to where you're going. Like, what can you let go? And what can you, like, you actually can have a life. Yes. Thank you.
That's literally the instructions. Oh, there's the song.
I just found her and I was like, this is a yummy one. And so very much like, can your work become play? And what I will say is yours can.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It is. A lot of the time it is, but sometimes I get bogged down in I think it's honestly the digital stuff now. It's like there's so much computering that I'm like such a millennial. I'm tired.
And this is where your team is going to be helpful.
Yes. We're collaboration.
And then the other thing is, the last thing I'll say with this, just for the audience, is sometimes we think we need to own the thing. Like, some people, their entire setup gets to be just collaborating with other people. Like, literally, you could be like, I'm just going to sing on other people's songs forever now, and just and run around and do nothing else and just do that. You could be like, you know what? I got a bunch of artists. I'm going to help them produce their songs. Like, you could literally break every part of your business and only keep the things that are like wildly enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that is, it might sound crazy. It's literally what I've done with my life. I've literally been like, okay, what's actually fun? Let me just keep those things. And
You are good at that.
there are some trade-offs though with that. You have
Yeah.
different choices that you make. And I will also say that the other
They're
thing
mostly egoic though, right? They're mostly like ego trade-offs.
the main thing that's coming through is we have defined business as scale,
Yeah.
grow it big, grow it fast.
Or else.
And then, or else you're not successful. And what I have found for most people is that doesn't work with a lot of people. That's not what they actually want.
No.
They don't want giant teams. And so some people do, like they love that. But some people, their whole best setup is like, I got 2 people. And my chief of staff, Mallory, she's like, I feel like she's like 10 people in one person. And we were laughing because we're doing things and we're doing things that we were doing in companies with 30 people and it's just us. And we're going freaking nuts and just getting it done. And I'm like, I'm not really trying to have all these amount of people in my energy.
Yeah.
And that means that sometimes things take longer. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because then I just get to wake up and literally be like, you know what, Mallory, today I'm going to watch Netflix and have fun.
Today I'm gonna go to the beach and have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Today,
I'll get to those video edits tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny when she first started working with me, she's like, oh, and Shahjahan is my partner for the retreat. She literally,
yes.
Literally, I was like, so we're in the middle of the lunch, but I think I need to make music for like 5 days. I love her because her chart, she's more woo-woo than me somehow. That's like possible. And she's literally like, okay, have fun. Like, thank God. I picked the right person because I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, so as we are we keep moving through this, right? So spontaneous joy, attentiveness, okay, money flow. So this is the big one for you, getting good with the numbers and not being there is a part of your chart that literally can just be like too nice when it comes to these things. So it's about clarity and firmness. Like, all right, people, these are the metrics, and especially related to like money, the analytics, the metrics, and getting comfort with that. That's part of your journey. Do you see that?
Yes, and you're correct. I was afraid. I think once you said I was afraid of the math. Like, just do the math. I'm like, what do you mean? And even recently, one of my friends who I've been collaborating with, he's like so he just knows how many posts to do on Facebook to get monetization. And he was like, yeah, and you can make like 6 figures a month. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, just do the math. And I was like, no, not that word again. I have a like math trauma.
You specifically say algebra. You're like, it's like algebra.
Yes.
It's like algebra. That's your thing.
Trauma. There's like math trauma.
There is. And I was like, one day we're gonna have a session and dig into this very specific, because very specific. You keep bringing up algebra.
I think we need another spiritual surgery to get the algebra out of my body. Okay.
It's algebra, and there's something I'm picking up in my body, which I'll tell you later. I'm like, it's algebra, and it's a specific person in your family that we get to
my dad. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God. We even called our label checkbook records because my dad was so adamant about me like figuring out how to budget and stuff. And I was like, fine, here we go. Paying homage.
It's clearing that memory. And then just getting, like, the crazy part for me is with what I know of you, I feel like you're going to fucking love it. Like,
I do really love it.
Like, oh my God. And like, like I see you going ham on the analytics. Like, I see you.
It's really rewarding. It's rewarding. Like once you figure out that you are attracting your people, then like scaling that. That's cool. Cause I would like, oh, I love these babes. Like, then all of a sudden the whole world is just like our vibes.
Yep. And then you can even just make it about impact, because that's the other thing I've done. Some people are kind of allergic to income. And so I'll swap out things for a moment until you get comfort. I'm like, let's just think about impact. So forget the numbers. Like, it's not about numbers of X sold. I'm like, how many people am I impacting? And that can be really yummy because you're like, ooh, that's 100 babes. And that's, so that's a piece. It says quiet the mind here. The mind can, that's just in general.
Yeah.
But there is an emotional stability component of this. And it'll be really interesting because you got gate 30, and there's a lot to do with just feelings that can surface. They can kind of, I'm doing this because they can feel like this and they can feel really intense.
Yeah.
And so it's just understanding them. And then you have all these beautiful tools now. And frankly, giving yourself rest. And so the nurturing values is also nurturing yourself.
Self-care, baby.
And saying like, spontaneous joy, I also want to put in spontaneous nurture.
Oh yeah, just randomly taking a spa day.
Yeah. And literally being like, okay, guys, sorry. This is the day.
Yeah. I mean, soft launch. I'm already, I'm like about to put out Isle of Queen. I put my mermaid pictures out the other day. The tour. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my goddess. I'm already like, what's the next project? Is it going to be like Queen Day Spa? Like, are we going to the spa together? Is this the whole spontaneous self-care?
Spontaneous self-care. It's a vibe. Also, I really feel like we'd all enjoy a queen spa.
Please. We're open 9 to 5.
So this is why I put you next to team, because again, when we get into this graceful collaboration, it's also giving people grace. So there is a version of you that can be like, the fuck, man? Like, come on, get this done. Have you seen her?
Oh yeah. No, I sometimes like realize that my expectations of other people is like way out of whack. Like there's no human that could possibly satisfy my expectations. And I'm like, that is not even about them at all.
Do I satisfy your expectations?
No. No, you give me what I need all the time. That's another thing is like, I've been learning this last year, like people give me what I need and people tell you exactly what they want to do with you. Like I would hire people for a certain task and then find out halfway through, like, oh, you're like really good at this one specific thing. Let me hire you for that. Yep.
And for you, that 19 goes through a process of figuring out, okay, I need to give this person what they want before I give them what they need. It's why I consent, like, because you will innately know what they need, but they may not be ready for that yet.
Right. Oh, that happens all the time.
Like an example is when I was backstage with you and Sky came in with all her cameras and I went straight for the corner and was just like, let me get the fuck out of here. And you were like, come on up here, Shebala. The person was like, oh, we should bring up Shebala. You should talk to Shebala. Shebala is the person. You probably did 3 times. And then you were like, come here. And that's what I needed. But yeah. I don't know that I was like, And then you came back to me and you were like, hey, if you don't want it, I will cut it out. Like you were very good at like realizing. But it's what I needed and it was good. And I was like, no, this is exactly right. And it's that part. It's like working with people. And if you do get to a point where you're like, where your intuition takes you, and just tuning in with them after the fact is totally fine. But I think the trickier part is when you're doing that for someone who's willing to receive, but doesn't really want to make the effort. And that doesn't have the follow through and that doesn't have the depth.
That happens, yeah.
And it takes a moment to just say, okay. One of the things I've really sat with is like, there is no version of me that gets to be disappointed in anyone else.
Nice.
That's not my life.
It's not fun for anyone.
No. And what I realized, I got a big aha with that this morning, thanks to my mom, was that sometimes what it is I'm not really, because I was like, I didn't have expectations. So why am I feeling all this disappointment? Sometimes I feel their disappointment. and I feel their shame.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm confusing it. And so I've been working with that to be like, okay, wait, I'm not disappointed, but I do feel their disappointment. And that's on them to manage. It's not on like sort that out.
Shout out to my girl Be It. She does a lot of cool like meditations, and she's a musician as well. Oh, y'all would love each other. But she said the Forrest Gump is the soul. It's like one of her quotes where have you seen the movie Forrest Gump? And he's just like, he's not like the most intelligent, like attachy guy. He just kind of flows through his life, and all this amazing shit happens to him because he doesn't have expectations or attachment. It's like Forrest Gump is the soul. That's the nature of all of us before we're thrown in these bodies and programmed, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And where this gets tricky is then negotiating work partnerships and collaborations where there is a contract. And so as you kind of move into here, the humility and teamwork is huge. The teamwork, but also the humility part, and just being able to be like, okay, I have this team. Remember, you are a super powerful manifesting generator with all these skills, and you can go. And when you're ready to go, you can go. Like me right now, I'm sitting here with Mallory. She's a mini gen too. And she's still like, oh my God, right now you're like not sleeping and doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, we're just doing it. But knowing like, okay, so what I put there is trust and distance, patterns, and equilibrium. You finding your right equilibrium with people. You pulling back as needed, because there is a truth, which is like the closer you are, the more they're in your aura and vice versa. Your aura way, it brings out trust, it grounds people into their body, it kicks up a lot of things. So the closer you are to them, the more they're moving through this medicine. Some people are not ready for the medicine, but if you're at that proximity to you, they will be in that power. And so sometimes it's really on you to pull away and to create the appropriate distance. And what human design says is your version of this, people will judge you sometimes for that distance.
Sure.
And also that distance is what you need and they need. And so it's managing the distance, it's figuring out equilibrium, it's understanding the patterns. And it's creating the other piece for your team is you go through this really fun journey of it's funny, your Balenciaga Dreams is in gate 44, of learning to work with all walks of people. Sometimes learning to deal with unsavory people who you may not realize are unsavory until after you've made certain commitments. And so much of it is that firmness in keeping balance, keeping distance, watching patterns, and then creating frameworks that are really going to get you good. And then if you're like, oops, this isn't working out, boom, we get back into the preserving truth.
Wow. Yep.
Okay. So that is your medicine map, my dear. What do you think? Ooh.
It's so wait, are you gonna like offer this? Are you already offering this for people to okay? Because I feel like this is even a great gift. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this for my friends.
I've been offering it. We typically will do it across 5 sessions. The first part is understanding the medicine map. And then the next part is like, what do you do with it?
Okay.
And so actually, I think I got a slide on it. Let's look at it. So once you embrace your medicine map, then it's what you paint with. And what's wild is how much data you then have. So part 2 of this is what flavor is your medicine? Because your medicine is going to have a different flavor based on your incarnation cross or your life theme. When and where is your medicine most easily perceived? So each channel is related to different senses. So some of them are activated via touch, some of them are activated via listening, etc. Your super juju and your psychic juju. There's the bigger water dots are more your like super juju, but you also have juju, aura notes. So your aura engenders trust. When people are in your aura, they feel like they can trust you. But you also have your manifester that you can put on where it's like, peace out, I'm working, don't talk to me right now.
Yeah.
So you have different auras, your muses. So these are all the funky feelings that are going to teach you to hone your medicine, how you dose your medicine, the flow and timing of your medicine, growth hacks. So gifts, where if you hone those specific gifts, it'll be like unlock keys, divine timelines. There are certain timelines in the year that happen every single year,
Yeah.
and you will get downloads on repeat. And if you know them, you can plan a vacation around them. You can plan for space around them. You can plan your business around them.
Mm-hmm.
Who supports you with honing your medicine? So this one's really fun for me, and it's coming up. We're doing a relationship retreat. I say it's not a retreat; it's a homecoming, but an event soon. And there are people who are here to literally program you into the highest levels of your gift.
Mm.
Sometimes it feels terrible, but if
Yeah.
you know that they are here for that, it changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
Who is attracted to your medicine? This is a big one. I have a whole lesson on discernment. Who are your partners? Who are your patrons? And who do you have patience with? Or who are frankly like your patients for your medicine woman? And there are people who come to you and they're just coming for your medicine. And that's cool, but it's really sucks when you're confusing them with friends. And so it's really helpful to know this is not someone who is here for what I think they're here for. I'm now in my medicine woman and I get to be in that. And then integration strategy. So that's all the stuff that comes out of the medicine map. It's really intense, really juicy.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So do you have your answers? When is your epic realization of purpose, Amy?
Well, understanding my medicine map and the cycles that I go through. And I definitely am on my path of my true purpose right now. And it's going to continue to sort of bloom like a lotus flower, like new levels of petals are going to show up for me every time. And if I could focus on one thing for my highest timeline,
What are you getting so far? I'm going to give you a different, I'm going to give you an answer too, but I want to see what you've gotten from what we've said.
if I could focus on one thing, it would probably be the spontaneous joy or just joy, following joy. That feels like the easiest one single thing.
Yep. That's one thing. I gave you another thing through channel. So for me, looking at what we've now done, because I asked channel, and so we have some extra things probably. I'm going to pull a card and take a couple breaths. Epic realizations of purpose. You're already in it. When will it feel like it? I think is the real question. So we'll talk about that. If you could focus on one thing, joy, and like, what does balance really look like for you?
Nice.
And what does balance look like when you're not breaking yourself into parts?
Mm-hmm.
When it's just like the whole Queen, Amy, everything. If it's all together, how does it get balanced? Because so many of us will be like, okay, at work, I'm going to balance it this way. At home, I'm going to balance it this way. And we're not split apart. All right. Will you take 3 deep breaths for me? And then we'll wrap up with a couple of, I am going to tell you what came through channel before this presentation. I just want to clear our energy. So we're going to inhale through the nose. Deep breath out. Clearing the head, we gave you a lot of information. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Y'all can follow along if you'd like to, and grab that pussy down. One big inhale and our last big exhale, as slow as possible. Thank you. And for those of you who are in the Patreon group, we have a breath work or breathography that we created to medicate mantra, and y'all can definitely check that out. And for those of you who are not in the Patreon group, consider joining. And we'll also be posting it soon on my channel. So that's coming through. And so I looked up, it's funny, I pulled 3 cards just for this kind of epic realization thing. And it's really interesting because I got some of the same cards. Oops, Balenciaga creams. And I got that it's a mix of 2 things. Look at this, vitamins, of course, working out, sleeping in, taking vitamins, and confidence and cockiness I ooze. And as we move through, let me tell you what came up before. So when is your epic realization of purpose? 1, you are already living it. 2, age 40. There's a shift that happens at age 40 and you start moving into your north nodes. So if you want to go digging and poke around, you start moving into your north nodes on a higher level. And it's pretty wild because I just went through it myself, but it legitimately can feel like, because it did for me, a massive shift.
Yeah.
And just into like, for me, like people feel like it's like the I don't give a fuck, like in a intense way. And I would highly recommend considering traveling for your birthday. Going into like different energy and just tune in and figure out where that would need to be. For you, when you tune into that shift, it's actually a shift towards your nurturer. And I want to give you, I'm going to read to you what it says. They call you the mother, the great nourisher, the strength to nurture and the power to care. So literally your mother. And then psychic attunement that magnetizes nurturing. So literally a psychic attunement that magnetizes nurturing, and the mother, the great nurturer, that's what you're switching into at age 40.
Whoa.
So what came through the channel, when staying on purpose becomes your priority above all else, when you realize that your purpose is not fixed, you may feel more like it when you, big one, let go of strategy, embrace patience, choose integrity over speed, refine your team, embrace all of you fully, including the parts of you that you've been avoiding. And if you choose to do like full retreat, that may help you see it. As you know, my husband just did like 10 days of silence. And you may decide that I really want to get this, and you might go and sit truly in silence and play with that. If you could focus on one thing for your highest timeline, what would it be? And so joy, I would definitely say that now that we've read your chart. Joy, 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 joy. And what does joy look like? And play with that. Maybe you can push the boundaries of that. You know, you've done it in work. Can you enjoy?
Yeah.
What came through the channel? Hone your top 5. Top 6, I don't know what it is. The people that you keep around you and that are close to you. Sitting with it and looking at them and saying like, joy is the plan. Like, are they joyous? Do they enjoy their life? Are they all about work? Like, what's going on here? So honing those people that are closest to you and that are impacting you and conditioning you. What's great for you is you don't get as much conditioning, but they're still a mode, right? That you're in.
And support you if they're on your vibes.
Step into your supported mother energy. So, you know, back to mother, right? Step into your mother. But in terms of supported mother, so often we think of mom and we're like talking like the burnt out mom who is like, you know, sacrificing herself, there is a part of you that is self sacrificing. That's like natural and normal for you in your design. And so this mother will surround herself with considerate people
Mm.
who wouldn't allow her to do that. And she will also allow herself to receive support from everyone around her. And she won't think of it as this word my husband uses is coming up, bothering people.
Mhm.
And then build your team. And there was some guidance that came through specifically for the team you're building.
Mm.
Make sure they're anchored in integrity. It's the big. Um, you are a master at innovating and a master at hacks and shortcuts and all those things. And your power is very influential, and your chart is pretty much all defined at this point. So finding people who have like a really intense integrity meter and backbone is going to be supportive. If you're looking for human design placements, like a 1034, someone who has that channel will be helpful, or like a 1020, like the 10, gate 10 in general, because they're going to be like, like, we're going off the ledge here. So anchored in integrity, clear on numbers and money. So again, really clear on numbers, money, and I'll add another one, process is coming in. So those people who love that stuff and who are comfortable dealing with it. So it's not a black box. You'll also get to create systems to keep folks up and up. And so this is the firm mom who's like, I'm your mom and I love you. And also fix your shit. like, what are you doing? I love you, but like, we're not doing that because you're going to be moving through situations where you're surrounded by people with different integrity standards, and you want a team that can actually set the standards and say, hey, I know it's done like this in industry, but this is not how our team functions. And can really let go of this idea of like, well, we have to do that because that's how we do it there. No, your team is like, nah, we're building a different model here. And then your team gets to be flexible and honor your hermit. Like, oh, she's gone. Cool.
She
We're taking a break. So I'm going with mom to Africa for a month. And Mallory, it's funny. She's like, I was like, okay, so you're gonna get to go on vacation for a month, or like I can give you work. What do you want? Like, but she knows she's just like disappearing. Like I'm disappearing. But then she just came to me and she caught really her. She has a sacral yes around doing this like walk from Asheville to somewhere else. I don't know. It's like a month-long walk.
Forrest Gump.
And it's in the middle of March. It's like the little window that I'm here before I go to Africa. And I sat with it yesterday. And Spirit told me to get her this bird necklace. And I was like, oh, shit. I got to let her fly away. Whatever's coming. I know something's coming now. And I was like, here's your necklace. Have fun. And I was like, darn it. But it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're building something and it goes both ways that they can honor your flexibility and vice versa. And your pivots, because you are a man gen. But, and it says it in red, focus on serving and nurturing over money. So I want the team who knows how to deal with money and who's comfortable with money, but that's not the point. So your team really is impact over income, but we also, like, we went to MIT. We know the numbers. We got it, you know?
We got the math. The math trauma is cleared.
And again, it's just, and that is what's coming through. Like, if you can do that, notice it's not saying do a certain thing. It's not focusing on a thing. It's focusing on creating an environment where you are supported and free to move and flow the way that are you, so that you can go and be in your joy, bounce around the wall, try different things, pop into that, come out of this and be like all of you.
That sounds amazing.
Be in your full expression.
Yeah.
You know? So that is it. I think we have some slides. Thank you. We have some slides on how you can keep connecting. But if there is one favorite thing that you enjoyed, either in this moment in the medicine map, learning about Amy, please share it. This is actually also my first time ever ever sharing this. So I would love to get y'all's commentary. And then if you have any questions, this moment to post, I'll come back in. We're going to do a couple of announcements, and then we will have a couple more minutes to answer some questions. So I made this beautiful slide because I'm very excited about this mermaid tail and the Isle of Queen. And I saw that you have 3 collabs on it.
Oh my goddess, yeah. This is the year of the collabs. You called it.
I did. But
you
wait,
predicted this.
Able Cart and
Thought Squad.
And Dear Silas?
Yes. I know. Snapped. No, like, wait till you hear these features. They're insane. I've been blessed.
I am very excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. And you're coming to see me again. No, you're going on tour again.
Yep.
Going on tour again and coming to Austin. So all my Austin folks, she will be back.
Yep.
We're going on tour. How many cities?
30. So many.
Call me. If you're like, call me.
We have a call. I have a call with where's my red phone? There it is. I have a call with my other agent for Europe and Asia. So we're going to try to get out to the globe this year if we can.
Asia sounds really fun.
Love Asia.
I need an excuse to go to Bali. I feel like I could tell my husband you were having a concert in Asia that I needed to attend.
Kevin?
You need candle delivery. How about that?
Yeah. Just write it off. Just write it into the tour budget. Just
in-person candle deliveries from Shebala in Europe, in Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I got it. It's a business expense now. We need to bless candles in Asia, tune into that specific astrocartography, and make a whole product line. I got it. I'm gonna figure it out. It's actually.
When are you going to tell them about these candles? Because these candles changed my life.
I'm going to tell them about the candles probably in like 2 slides from now. So, national tour, maybe international tour coming soon. We have Patreon. So, behind the scenes have been getting really juicy up there. I put this on here because it is not a big investment. I pay like $5 a month, $6. I'm in there. And it is so special to see your behind the scenes process. Like the magic that we showed in the medicine map comes through that.
For sure.
And let me be, I want to say this, and you've said this to me, and it's not diminishing any work. When you see how simple some of these things can be, everything's massively complicated, but when like, actually, I can use a garage space and make a studio. That changes your world. So if you're an artist, seeing the behind the scenes makes the impossible possible for you. And at that level of investment, I just feel like it's less than Starbucks. So yeah, I'm selling your Patreon community.
Thank you.
Get yourself a card deck.
He's a little biased about the card deck.
I am so biased about this card deck. It is not even funny. And also, I have had so much fun with it. I've given great readings with it, and people love it.
True. Your readings are magical. And if you get the deck and you want to post a reading, like I literally post as many as I find.
Post y'all's readings, y'all. And then, can you talk to us about this? Because I saw this and I was like, oh my God, it's so cute.
I was like, those retro signs that it's giving Jaws, it's giving Palm Springs. It's like this 1950s energy. And it's just like one of those, it's metal. So it's like, sturdy, and it's a perfect size to like decorate your place. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I love it because um that outfit, like I can't get over it. Like I just love it. So we have Sarah just ordered the pins.
Thank you, Sarah. What a
Mhm.
sweetheart. Oh, I forgot the pins. Yes, the pins. They were out of stock for so long. Y'all are crazy. Yes,
BTS.
it's what. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Amazing. And then also we have people who are very much ready for the album. All
Hell
right.
yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you.
So next up, this is my launch week, y'all. And we're going crazy. Shebala.com has everything is on Shebala.com, but Herbs, you don't know this. I have 3 websites. 3.
Oh,
So
I'm not surprised.
everything is on Shebala.com. And if you've been waiting for a gift reading, because I am booked up, I'm going to be traveling for a month in Tulum because we are hosting really transformational events down there. But if you're waiting on the wait list, I'm clearing the wait list in March. So in March, we'll be booking people and getting you through. I'm very committed to the gift readings, and I'll keep doing that. And then all of my services launch on Monday. So everything that I did with Herbs, it will finally be on the website, and you won't have to go through a whole process with me. Though you will still go through a process if you'd like to.
Yes, you will.
And then Prosperity Artist has my transformational events. I'll show you Mexico in a minute, but I am actually going to be launching a human design study group. So if you like this stuff, I'm teaching human design for 1, max 2 years because I'm rewriting everything in my language. And the group this year is going to be really special, but it won't just be human design. Like we bring in all the things. And then we are launching Woofulness, which has rocks, so crystals, rituals, which includes candles, and remedies. I'm making medicine like oxymels, so they're alcohol-free tinctures, if y'all are familiar with them, made of apple cider vinegar and honey. And those launch in March, and they'll be up for pre-sale. So everything, for those of you who are hanging out with us, because you are Herbie fans, y'all get 10% off. This community supported me so much. And the 10% off code is Herbie, and it works for anything Shebala. and so, definitely feel free if you have any questions, hit me up. But I did want to take a moment and speak about a few special things. I am going to be partnering with Shah Jahan, who's been in the chat, and we are doing the most beautiful events in Tulum. I've been inviting Herbie to them. I'm like, come on through, babes. I know you're busy planning, but you never know. Spontaneous joy. We are staying at a 4-star resort. We're working through partnership. We're working through personal power. We're working with local shamans and me. This is like the change your life vacation. And we stuck to it because this all came together on divine timing, which was not my planned timing. But we're like, we have to. I don't ever say have to, but I'm like, I have to be there because this moment is so important in astrology. And so why I want to say this is, even if you do not hang out with me in Tulum, please plan between Valentine's Day and March like 3rd, especially that eclipse. Plan to do something or be somewhere where you can really get space, because this is one of the most transformational times in our lifetime. And I'm not kidding you. Like I know astrologists say that a lot, but it really is. It won't come around again for 35 years. And the version of it hasn't been around for millennia. So like, it's very special. So take advantage. And then finally, Candle Early Access is actually going to start tonight. So Mallory is over there finishing up. It might even already be there. I just haven't pushed send. So I posted, but woofulness.com, if you go tomorrow morning, you will be able to purchase candles. And the special thing is there are 7 candles that we blessed together. And so they have Herbie's juju in it. They have my juju in it. They were blessed on the Gate 57 Transit, super nerdy, and then Rebless on 1111. So they are super special. You can order them. They are going to have some sales on them for because we're at the early access, but you can still use the 10% code on the sale too. So I'm telling you this, take advantage. I make these candles in batches with the moons. So I'm going to make one set in February, the next set's happening in March. If you want them, check them out. And there's a really fun preview video and some information on there, even though we haven't like fully launched the big site yet. And it features my music. And so this is the last big surprise. I had this really intense download. And thanks to AI, I have my own music now, and they're all chi clearing songs. And there's one that I just put out today called Expect Miracles. And it was the first song where my ancestors were like, write a song called Expect Miracles. And I channeled that. And yeah, it's there for y'all. And this is just uplifting music. For me, it's what Herbie's music did for me. And I now do it for myself. And most of these I wrote for myself to clear my energy. And now I've been writing them for clients as well. And we don't have that on the services, but like if you end up doing deep work with me, I will probably end up writing a song inspired by you at this point, because that seems to be how it's flowing. So check it out, tune in, and just remember your medicine is art, and the world is really ready to receive it. We need it. We need it. We need it. We need it. And that's it. We've got Bricks coming up. He's another. I don't know how I have all these rapper friends. Like, how did he does healthy rap, and he's on a mission to change people's lives. He literally raps about being healthy, and what you eat and all that good stuff. And he's coming. He's amazing. He's like freaking amazing. So subscribe, check us out. We'll be back on the 25th. It's everything right on time. Whoops, whoops, whoops.
Thank you so much. I feel nurtured.
I feel nurtured. I feel just grateful as always to share time with you. I just see Joy. I love you. Just like, take my money.
Oh, shout out to all the babes that tuned in. It's such a treat. Yes.
Oh my God. I love y'all so much. And the reason I wanted to do the early access is anyone who buys a candle right now, I'm actually going to be custom blessing them. So I'm going to go through the process. Like, you'll literally be able to fill in something and tell me what you need. And I'm going to bless every single candle per person. It's my custom service just for this batch. And it's cool. I meant to put the list, but we've got a medicine woman candle, a high priestess candle. We've got, we've got hummingbird. I'm sorry, I didn't do all the houses, but I did do hummingbird. I'm a hummingbird.
She's biased. It's a good house.
It's a good house. We've got, we did a Clarity 57, which is based on Herbie's human design. We did a good morning candle. And there's a couple more. So 7 total. And I can't wait because you haven't even seen it yet. So
no.
It's coming through, coming in hot. And I love you so much. I just want to say that. And I love every person in your community that has brought me a gift. And I really want to thank everyone who's been here on the live, because y'all have held me as I've stepped into being all of me in public with my woo-woo. And this was not easy for me because my grandma's a reverend, and I grew up in a in a household that, like, my grandma's a reverend and my mom's a scientist, and I am me. And and I went to MIT and I studied business, and this was all things I was afraid of. And so I literally did not know what was in me. I did not know my great grandma was a medicine woman. My great great grandma was a medicine woman. I did not know these things. And this community has really embraced me. And I know that's partly because you also set the tone and you nourished me and you saw me. And it's so important for us to all just keep giving to each other, seeing each other, loving on each other, because we all rise together.
We do.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It's the most fulfilling kind of rise.
Mm-hmm. The best for me. The best for me. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And the replay will be up on shebala.com soon. And stay tuned to both of us for everything that's flowing out of us now through February. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
I love you, my friend. Thank you for everything. I have so much to integrate, as always.
As always, the integration.
Session with Shebala, you'll be thinking about it for like months.
As it should be. All right.
The medicine. We want to see your medicine map too at some point.
We'll see. I will make one. I'm just like, who's gonna read it? Who's gonna read it? We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna read it. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm calling you back to read my medicine map. I'm going to make it. Did everyone heard that, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
All right. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye, friends.